Eh, hello, welcome. Man, that sucked. So I meant to start 2 hours ago because I thought the little quick raid that usually is a little quick raid in Warcraft would have taken, I don't know, half an hour at most. Yeah, no, that sucked. There was multiple times I just wanted to bail, but I didn't want to be that guy. So, anyways, good morning, I guess. Um, ugh. So I forgot what we were doing. What were we doing? I don't know if Piscean is in here, but yeah, Piscean was in the raid with me. That sucked. Like, I don't mind helping out new people who haven't done content before. That's perfectly fine. But I usually expect them to have some modicum of experience. Because it felt like none of the people that, or half the people that we had with us, had not even done the fight on the easy mode. And we were doing it on the hardest mode, which is 2 above that. Which generally requires quite a bit of knowledge. Damn it, chicken. I mean, when you've seen those hard fights in Final Fantasy XIV, it's kind of similar to that, to be honest, in terms of difficulty, what we were doing. Now imagine going into that and not even understanding the basic mechanics of the fight, let alone the advanced ones. And that's basically what it was for 2 hours. Ugh. The whole time I'm looking at the clock and I'm just like, ah, crap. Also, I hope my mic is working. I should check that stuff beforehand, but it's a little hard to. Elephant. Prevents staggering from normal attacks, but greatly increases damage taken. No. That would suck. No, thank you. So, for anyone who may have missed parts of the last time I was playing, I'm playing on Lost in the Fog difficulty, and the puzzles are easier than expected. The bosses have been harder than expected. Because, this place still creeps me up. What's flopping around? Oh, there's a big fellow. I'm fairly convinced that I'm just looking real fast at some places. I'm fairly convinced that the ema that I'm missing is probably somewhere at the school or something. I'm not going to spend a lot of time looking. I'm just double checking. Actually, that might be the extent of it. Because I checked pretty well. I don't think that big guy can hurt me, really. I mean, will he notice me up here? I'm just going to stand here. Like I'm a school presenter. Greetings and welcome back to your first day of school after winter break. He doesn't seem to know what to do. I don't think his pathing knows how to reach me. So he's just like very confused. You can tell when he aggroed. See, I get into battle sense when he aggroes, but then he just kind of like wanders around for a little bit and then gives up. So it's like, damn it! Ugh, too many stairs. Can't walk up the stairs. Forget this. Screw you. Oh well, maybe I can. Oh, yeah, is it worth the effort? Nah, not really. I don't think he's going to lose aggro this time. Last time he lost aggro. Yeah, I don't think he's losing aggro this time. Look over here, will he be able to find me? Yeah. I don't think he needs pathing anymore. Ow! Well, somehow that hit me. I have no stamina. Actually, I forgot. I have a lightsaber. That was cool. I didn't mean to do that, but that was cool. My sword lost a notch. And is it dead? No. I don't think you can kill these things. They always just do that. That the little black wisps mean that they'll respawn eventually. That kind of sucks. Oh, hey, look. Got another chicken. I know I said I wasn't going to be looking for the emails, and I'm mostly not. I'm just kind of doing some quick little checks around here. I already found the key. See, he's already backed up. Wow, he gets back up fast. The radio is making noise, and it's this radio in here. It's this one clearly, but I cannot interact with it. I cannot make it stop. That's the only, unless it could be above me, I guess. It could be on the second floor, a radio up there. Hold on. Please hold. I have a certain someone messaging me on Steam right now. Kind of sucks that I can't kill this guy. It would be nice to have this area opened up again. To be fair, you kind of have the whole area to check and be completely safe at the very beginning. Hey, Piscean. But yeah, you actually have this whole area in the very beginning to check and explore before the big guy gets here. The big guy only gets here after a certain trigger. Okay, I don't think there's anything I'm missing. It's mostly the radio that was throwing me off. I wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything with that. Yeah, it's loud and squelchy. I was looking over what I am missing at the moment. I am not missing all that much. I was wondering, what documents and such I'm missing. I'm only missing parts of Sakugo's journal, and that's because of the bugs that existed at the time. This one was 401. I happened to find out Suga's locker combination. The weird thing is, when you convert it to code, it looks like a cry for help. I only remember AOI because it's 401. Because the whole thing is their code system here is letters that look like numbers. So AOI is always really easy. These fucking things still make me jump. Oh, you're alive! I was just doing that for the heck of it. I was not expecting that. Are you alive? It's the one, I guess. There was a locker there I need to check. I don't know that one, because I think that's the one that changes. This one is going to be 505. Which gives me a shriveled. I didn't put that at the thing. So I think these last two. One of these was bus. I remember that, but I don't remember what a U would be. So I don't remember the rest. Unfortunately, it's been too long. I don't know. I didn't find that dungeon to be particularly hard to find a group for. There are some group dungeons that just are not fun to try and find groups for. I didn't have any issues with that or Tazareth. In response to what Piscean is talking about, because they're talking about Warcraft stuff. I mean, a lot of it's the very end of the season. A lot of people are either rushing or have stopped playing until the end of the season. So I was lucky last night. I was able to finish up. I got the that's had the last dungeon that I needed. So no, nothing. Wasn't one C, which would be I thought one of these was C, like the ocean. Yeah, I think it changes per difficulty, and I don't think I would actually have the code for Lost in the Fog because it most likely is different. Piano. I feel that. Is that the music from? Oh, I was a couple of weeks ago. I was playing Vampire Survivor, which is like a goofy little game and such. Um, and there was a piano thing in Vampire Survivor where you had to do a specific combination on the piano. And I only found out later on through what Piscean had told me that the combination on the piano is the same combo for the password in Silent Hill 1. It's a reference to the piano puzzle in Silent Hill 1. So it's not even a horror game, it's a goofy little, like, arcade style game. I just thought that was cool. I don't. The thought occurred to me when I was doing the puzzle that the combination seemed familiar. In an ironic twist, though, instead of the whole thing being that the only silenced keys are the ones you push, it was the only keys that played noise the ones you push because all the rest of the piano was dead except for the right ones. I really need to enshrine some other things. I don't really want to though. Like, I mean, I guess I don't need 6 Ramune. Not really using them to begin with, but I have to keep running back over and over again the more I find different items there. Theoretically, I don't really need. Oh, they're all gone. You know, I didn't notice that when I came through here just a moment ago that all the spooks are gone. All I really need is I just need to find the document that has the other codes on it, and I already know how to solve it. I just need to find the ones that have it on it. It's funny because technically this is a dungeon, quote unquote, or like an area that you can entirely skip if you remember the code from the last one. A lot of people do tend to skip this because you can get through it pretty quickly. I wonder what Lost of the Fogs is going to be for this one. For the note box. Nico isn't coming. I'm sorry for lying to you, but I thought that I needed to get you alone to find out how you truly feel. Look into your heart and try opening this box with your true feelings. Do you remember that day when just the two of us went to that cafe? We talked about how it felt when we were delinquents since we were supposed to be going to school that day. But you know what? I don't care what the other people thought about us, because as long as I could spend time with you, that's all I needed. We both ordered the same cake that day. I still remember how my heart almost burst out of my chest the moment the same words flowed from those lips. The sweet and tart fruit of the cake, the taste still lingers in my mouth like it was yesterday. Do you still remember the taste too? Um, um, wait, what? I feel like there's a lot more for me to be able to move right now. I don't remember being able to move the white strips. Sweet and tart, sweet and tart, sweet and tart. Apple? An eggplant doesn't really fit that. I don't know what that is. Rotate. Nope. Nope. Yep. Nope. Nope. Maybe? Uh.
間違えたか。
Hmm. What was this one again? That could be like a cookie sandwich or like pistachios. I can't actually tell. Sweet and tart. Maybe it has to just be fruits that are sweet and tart and not like a cake or anything. Okay, yeah, it was just fruits. So, dude, you did remember. Well, that makes me feel very special. By the way, are you over Hinako now? I apologize if I sound blunt, but I want to make it clear that girl is dead. I know you're going through a rough time right now. You must be in so much pain. But you know I can be there for you. Would you rather go through it yourself still? I can picture us slowly unfolding the pages of our hearts. I think this puzzle's the same. All of this seems the same. I think what's different is there's more pieces to the sliding puzzle, but this all seems the same. The envelope. Sorry, I was getting a drink. By filling up one journal after another with our thoughts, I know we can make a fresh start. A blank page upon which we can write the new story of our lives. Surely you see it too. Book, letter, man. Well, I said journals, so I'm assuming just books. Book, dice, write upon the plants. Oh, it was just a random pie left over still. I'm glad to hear that you're trying to stay positive, and remember, I'll always be here for you if you need anything. You know, you're not the only one who's sad because Hinako's no longer with us. If the two of us could huddle together, we could soothe this pain that bites like the cold of winter. And then surely spring will arrive, welcoming us with sakura in full bloom to celebrate our union. Can you picture the beautiful blooming sakura awaiting us? I think it wants me to find sakura. Kind of said it twice. Maybe? Ah, crap. The detail is kind of lost with how small it is. Maybe? No, sakura doesn't bloom like that, really. I don't think that's a bonsai. Clover. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, I know what Sakura looks like, but I mean, there's also just a bunch of trees. Okay. I don't think that's one. Maybe it's the trees also? This one's a little weird. So that could also be like a Sakura trimming. It's a five petaled flower. Doesn't have the same kind of look to it, though. I don't know. This one's a little hard just because of the detail lost. Oop.
反応なしか。
Oh my goodness.
なんか違うな。
Hmm. Well, at least I'm not getting enemies jumping me with how many incorrect responses. Uh, maybe not that one. Maybe not the trees. Hmm. This one's a little weird. Mostly just because I can't tell what the trees are. It could just be spring related. Spring will arrive welcoming us with. I mean, which ones are you trying to find? I. This is the riddle here. Pretty sure it's just Sakura. Could also be spring related, but I'm pretty sure it's just Sakura based on the last two little sections there. And then surely spring will arrive, welcoming us with Sakura in full bloom to celebrate our union. Can you picture the beautifully blooming flowers awaiting us? It seems pretty straightforward, but like I have the ones that are obviously. Sorry, the ones that are obviously Sakura already open. That one has Sakura designs on it, but it's a fan. And then like there's these trimmings. How many should there be? Unfortunately, that I don't know. I don't think there is a way to know. I think it's just you have to kind of figure out which ones correlate. See, there's a lot of them that are just like trees, and as far as I know, that's not the type of tree a Sakura tree is. But let me look actually. Yeah, no, they're just kind of trees. They kind of look like willows, actually, based on the pictures I'm seeing. There was a weird ad when I opened my phone. I'm sitting there thinking, how did that sound when I opened my phone right now? I'm hoping it didn't pick it up. It was a it was an ad for a puzzle of a puzzle. It's a puzzle that is the image is puzzle pieces, so it's like really confusing. So it was like a frustrated person. There's only this Sakura. That's correct. That's the first thing I tried was just Sakura. Yeah, see? Nothing. That was the very first one I tried. And that's when I it's like I feel like oh maybe the
間違
fan
え
also?
たか。
No. I wish I could zoom. Zoom would help a lot. Because I mean, this is a sprout, so spring is about renewal, growth, things, and it looks like it could be. It doesn't really look like sakura, little blossoms on it though. Also, they wouldn't bloom on a branch unless that was a transplant. Maybe this one's the wrong one. No. See, originally I believe it was just the brown strips that were movable. Now it's the brown and the white. So how they made it harder is they just added more things. It's really making it harder. A little more tedious because there's a lot more to check. You know, this puzzle is made of wood, and I do have a pipe. Could solve it real fast. Maybe it is the trees. Not the bonsai tree. This bonsai is the same species? Oh. I don't know anything about sakura trees. Oh my goodness, this one's annoying. It's annoying because I don't get to move around or do anything. I'm just on a little rotating box. Maybe it's the fans. Fans do have sakura on them. Little flowers. Maybe not the potted one? Maybe. Let me try that. Oh. Oh, wait, I had the tree open for that one. Actually, I have a lot of them open. Just a lot of random ones. I think those are all the ones that are strictly, clearly Sakura related. Let me try that. Let me try just visibly, very obviously Sakura flowers. Maybe I'm overthinking it.
なんか違うな。
Well, that didn't work. Am I dumb? Oh my god. The only one that was missing was I thought it might have been the one with the petals falling because sakura trees are known for their falling petals and whatnot. But like I thought that would be fall. I didn't think that would be a spring association, because of falling leaves and such. Whatever. Dear Shu, I like you. I love you. I always have, and I always will. I'll be waiting to hear what you think about me. Yeah, that was the one that I was considering. I just, I was associating it with fall. So apparently, this thing on the board here is from Higurashi. It's there's a couple of things. It
どこに行ったかと思えばこんなところにいたのね。
actually caught me off guard. I forgot
お
about
姉
this.
ちゃんどこ？
お友達と楽しく過ごせた？ならそろそろお支度をなさい。もうお友達とはお別れの時間よ。
お姉ちゃん。
あなたが殺すのはあなたの手で。それができるからここへ来たのでしょ。
それってどういう？
Oh, and I should have fixed the alert for my streams. I just haven't I'm probably just going to keep it to like a generic one unless I'm doing something special.
校舎内まで入ってきてる。
It should just say shenanigans whenever I go live now. I was trying to think of something that would be good to have. Sorry, I had to sneeze. That I thought would be fun to have pop up. So. But I was changing it so often that it wouldn't align, because I realized the last time I went live it said repo. So that's kind of a problem. Ayumi from Track and Field Club said she found a key with key box right on it during practice. If she still hasn't gotten it back to you, then she probably left it in the locker where she went to change. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if she forgot. She looks exhausted after practice. I will say, I do miss finding the little notes everywhere. When you start getting to the later, playthroughs, you really don't find any more documents because you have them all already, and they don't respawn. There's capsules on the ground. Huh. Were those there before? I don't think so. Good jokes. Good jokes. You got me. You done got me, Captain. Didn't scare me, just surprised me. So the trail of pills was a trap. I was like, ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. And then the third one. That means some of these might be alive. Per exactly. Means I don't trust you. Sure, of course it's gotta be the one that I actually attack. Why not? Wait, I came out of this room. That means I went past that one that was alive. Huh. Yeah, the enemy spawning is very interesting in the hardest difficulty. Because they do tend to spawn in ways you wouldn't necessarily expect. Because I had to go past that, because that was the room I was just in. So that means I've been in here. This is actually one of the scarecrows from the trailer. Like when they were showing off the school. I think that's also from Higurashi. I know a few things in the school are. I don't know why, but I never noticed the windows somehow. And even though I know it's just a tree, in the context of this game, it's not. TT is the most disgusting person I've ever met. I wish someone would destroy her locker. If anyone wants to make my wish come true, her locker combination is 377. Oh, hello. Go on. Detail. Indeed. Was that TT? The one who was mad about, or the one of their locker destroyed? That's a really good effect on the window. It does look like frosted windows with a shadow outside. Are you gonna be a friend here? No friend. Are you alive now? Nope. Kinda wish we could go in the music room. Okay, so 377. Place is a lot more taken over than I thought it would be. I found it interesting that when you go through this and you have the codes, or you memorize the codes, You can actually go through the whole school and finish it with none of the kudzu here. It doesn't affect the story. That would have been kind of cool if it did. It doesn't affect the story anyway, but you still can do it.
キーボックスが開かない。
I had the key.
鍵がいる。
Jeez. Miki, I have absolutely no idea how that crazy formula spells Aisateru, but I love you too. I don't think I ever figured out what that Aisateru thing was, because that note pops up every playthrough. Is that a Japanese word or something? Here's something real squelchy. It's Japanese for I love you. Oh. I guess I could have parsed that out on my own, based on the context. This witch deserves to die. I hope she suffers 5694 times 0513. Smart and a star athlete. Gold medal in the prefectural meet. I hate her guts. How dare she make me feel like I'm nothing, like I'm a nobody. I don't know. You guys would know more than me. I decided to make the coma for my locker something I love. You can poach it, fry it, and even boil it. No matter what, it always comes out delicious. And if you add flour and sugar and mix them all together, you can make a cake. It's egg. This person is interesting. I suppose. Oh, how I wish I could just climb inside her locker and climb inside his locker and drown in his smell. I can't believe his combination is the same as his name. Oi. Yeah, I know it's egg. I got that it's egg. If there's one thing I understood, it was egg. Oh. There's something. I hear something squelching. What is squelching? Egg. Okay. Before I go anywhere. Not that one. Huh. That's new. 5694 times 0513. I math. I could do it, but I'd rather just use a calculator. That doesn't seem correct. Hold on. 5694x 0513. 2,921,22. Um, I'm not sure with their code. I'm not sure what that would translate to. What would a 2 be? I keep hearing a lot of footsteps and noises. Yep. That's a thing. I don't remember if all of these were useful in any way. I remember finding them. I just don't remember if I ever used most of them. These codes. Dude, where the fuck did you go? Jeez. Where did you come from? I was absolutely not paying attention. I was just spaced out thinking about the numbers. Like I said, this game is so much better on Lost in the Fog and actually getting me and making me jump a lot. It actually does a good job of that because the enemy placement is much better in Lost in the Fog. The little desk. You can read girl code, right, Yoshida? Satuo got a note from the girl that had 84*4 written on it. Do you know what that means? So I'm still missing it. I will say this game also is really good at really hoping that you're focused on something else and not realizing that something has changed in the environment. That has worked out quite a lot so far in its benefit. It's the code for Baka, so you know, stupid. Girl code is based off the alphabet. Basically, you just switch letters with numbers and symbols that look like them. So, Satuo would be 54 plus 06. S looks like 5 looks like an S and 4 looks like an A, right? And the plus is T and the O is O because they look basically the same. 6 doesn't really look like it, but apparently it's U. So for my name Yoshida, it would be 05174. 7? 7 is D? I feel like there's more parts to this puzzle. What is Squelchin? Missing a note. I don't know if this is. There's a room I just straight up haven't been in. Not time for that. Let's go see what our friends are up to. Friends! No dialogue? This. Oh, that's weird. Normally you could hear them talking through the door. Do I have anything to turn in at the thing? Omamori Collector. Collects all the Omamori available from the Hokora. Okay, so I can't draw anymore now. Sanity. Wait, hold on. Sanity and stamina are unlimited, but Hinako will die instantly from any physical damage. Huh. If you're really good at dodging, that could be a really good one, actually. I am not, so I will not be using that one. What about that one that converts physical damage into sanity damage? You mean combining them? I mean, it still is a Dante must die mode, which is you die in one hit. That's just the reference that I know. So it sets your HP to one. So I don't think you can. I don't think you can combine them. And if you could, can you imagine stacking them? Technically, I think if you did do that and it did work, you would be invulnerable. This one is egg, which is 3. That is that not egg? Not egg. Okay, I don't know what G would be on their system. Egg. Okay, so 6 is U, so I just put AU. So it would be G. 9? I suppose there's only a handful of letters or numbers I can pick from. There we go, 9, I guess. It's egg. Okay, well, I'm done with the school now already. So this is TTs. So this is that TT person. Oh, wasn't TTs just 377? See, there's a lot of clues to this puzzle, and it's you son of a you made me jump so bad I dropped the goddamn controller. Holy shit! I dropped the controller because I jumped so fucking bad there. I haven't jumped that bad in a game in a long time. I don't even know why that got me so bad, but man, did it. What was I doing? Iniko said something about this used to be my locker. I didn't get to see what locker she was talking about because I was too busy flailing. Dude, that would be another good clip there. You gotta get the timestamp right on it, though. I was trying to see what locker she was talking about, see if maybe I could find it. Find something. Those fucking scarecrows still get me. I don't even think I found all the notes for this. Yeah, see, I didn't get the little gold pin thing saying I had all the notes. So I'm still missing a note related to a puzzle I've already solved. What is this one? Hold on, if that's not a math equation, then SU something A, SU something A. What was X? Or I guess it could just be X. No, SU. If we use their system, So X is Y. So that would be SU something AY OS. Huh. Well, what was 9? Have you ever learned what 9 was? I'm just curious about what this is. I don't think it's important because I've already gotten the key, but I'm just curious about what it is. What? Did the school get a lot more noisy? I'm mostly just wondering what that last note would even be. So I'm trying to see if I can find it without getting jump scared by the goddamn scarecrows again. For what, the third or fourth time here? I don't know why those things still get me after so many playthroughs. Also, I think that's actually the best jump scare this game's actually gotten me. Because, or just in general, actually, in a long time. I've never really been jump scared that bad in a long time where I dropped the controller because I actually physically jumped. Wait, what the heck happened on this desk? Was there always a dead bird after you solved that puzzle? Hugh sits here, still the best partner, right? Weird that I'm not.
使えるものはないか。
Last. Oh, what's this? Chrysanthemums grown by our very own vice principal have won the governor's prize. Did you know that Vice Principal Matsuo has a green thumb? His exquisite chrysanthemums took the top prize in the category at the Floriculture Fair held by the Prefectural Council. If you haven't already, take this opportunity to admire the Vice Principal's masterfully pruned flowers displaying on the school grounds. Know where that big stompy dude is at? I like the little cartoon there at the bottom. I actually found that out in the school. It was a very fun way to find the key. I mean, admittedly, I found it after I already found the key, so it didn't actually help, but I still thought it was fun. Wait, I never. Wait. Hold on, it said I found the key already. Wait, but I haven't opened the box. Something's gonna jump out. It's been doing the whole freaking time. Huh. Smack something. I will say I prefer the beam saber from 3. It had more of a lightsaber sound when you used it, and didn't look so plastic. But I'm pretty sure the plasticky is by design. It's supposed to look like a toy from the. Actually, I don't know when telescopic lightsabers were actually made. I don't know if they had them in the 80s. Or. Wait, did this game take place in the 60s? Still. That point still stinks. I do really like the fact that it's a katana, though. It's the telescopic blade, but the katana guard and hilt handle and everything. I've either never noticed that this place has a bunch of fleshy noises in the background, or I'm pretty sure I've just never noticed it. Very off-putting. I don't know why I want to find ads. Yeah, that's fine. Congratulations, track and field member Suga Yoshi on winning the 100-meter race. Congratulations. That's what it was? Wait, what? Why did that matter? Also, waiting for ads to end. Well, I'm not really sure the correlation on that. I was trying to look up what that 5694X0513 means. Um, and somehow uh, I went to a website that had some discussion on it, And the other half of the website was adult toys. So it was half video game discussion, half adult toys. I don't know what the correlation is there. It's a name you just found? Pursuit. Oh. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, it's right in front of me. Wait, then what? Whatever. Yeah, no, I got that. I found it here. It was just on a board. So, okay. I mostly. There's a lot of notes that feel weird for that one, for that puzzle in particular. All right, now I get to go back to the shadow world, to the dark shrine. I totally didn't forget the name there for.
ナロさん、私と二人で新しい宇宙戦争を始めようよ。シュウ君が望むなら相棒の役でも悪の女幹部の役でもいいんだよ。鍵見つけたぞ。
おかえり。面倒をかけたな。相棒も休めよ。俺たち先に休んだから。
休みなよ。私とシュウ君で寝ずの番をしててあげるから。いや、私は本当に大丈夫。
ひなこ、休めよ。あとは俺たちが見張っておくから。
おやすみ、ひなこ。でもさ、シュウ君もああいうの好きでしょ。
興味ねえよ。
君に命を救われ、魂を奪われた私だ。今度は私が君の魂を救い、古き君の命を奪おう。無理しなくていい。まだ休んでいるといい。
起きられます。
辛い儀式だったろう。よく耐えた。よく頑張ってくれたね、ひなこ。さあ、先に進もう。
She looks confused. I would be confused too if I woke up with a new arm and mask and also burnt for some reason. Because this Hinako doesn't have the memories of the things that happened before him. I'd love to see the reasoning why people keep disappearing, but my thought is that she hasn't been interacting with anyone. That's been my initial thought and everything. Nobody has ever been here with her, even once, I presume. Especially in Ebisu Gauka. I'm pretty much 100% positive She never interacted with her friends at any point during this.
美しい腕だね。血潮さえ美しい。
ありがとうございます。
Find a way to open the sacred door. I know what to do. Hopefully, Sakuko's notes show up finally. It does kind of suck that I lose the weapons, but at the same time, I can finally kill shit. Considering how incredibly aggressive the monsters are in the Dark Shrine, that is a boon.
ひなこ、今日は一段と綺麗だね。
I still wonder about these two things on the sides, because they also have little doors, like where the key is at there. And it looked like we were supposed to be able to do something with them. But maybe it's a consequence of reusing the same asset 3 times. Because I believe it's the same asset, they just put a thing on that one. So it could just be a developer thing. I may as well check the fox room first. Was there enemies here? Been a bit. Something's coming. Oh, hello. Ah, missed. Also, I think these things look different than they used to. Now, I don't actually remember how to use Fox Arm entirely, like how to activate the powerful attack and such. So I may die once or twice. But I suppose that should be expected at this point. Oh. Oh, okay, so it's donation stuff. Now I really don't know if there's a reason to bring stuff. I have no more, Omamori to get from the shrines anymore. I suppose there could be a use in it, at least when it comes to restoring sanity. But I also have loads of sanity restoring items as well, so I don't know. Everything but sanity. And I need to find the last emuff to be able to max out the sanity, which I have not found yet. So there is a small value in keeping about 2,000 on hand for when I eventually do find it, but beyond that, not really a whole lot of reason to. It's a whole lot of noise all of a sudden. Oh man, these rooms are gonna suck, I just realized. Some of these are combat rooms.
リンコの部屋。
I think as long as I don't mess up too badly, I don't think it'll summon a lot of ads. I think it mostly summons ads the more mistakes I make. At least that's what Bill was saying. But, like, am I supposed to know which one of these has the medallion? I don't know if you can find it quickly, because I swear every single time. I mean, when I played through the first playthrough, I just happened to, I guess, get everything wrong the first time because I saw all the transitions of every single area. So I had like anti-luck. I happened to see all of the different phases. See, like, can I see it back there? I'm not sure if that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Cramming the camera behind to see if I can see anything. What's this door closed when you did this? Huh. Uh-oh. Oh, hello. Guess not. I thought those doors locked.
覚えてる？私たちが初めて会った日。
That's a bad fall away. The heck? Where did you come from? Oh, crap! Bad news! Woo! That was a lucky dodge. That was not skill at all. I was just bashing dodge, hoping that I would get it. Okay. Leave me alone. Ow, you stupid mushroom. Really? Let me stop them from respawning. Oh, and then you died somehow from that. How did that work? I didn't even siphon you. I'm not complaining, I'm just confused. I guess the siphon ability has a AoE. See, one thing that I think would have been cool, they didn't do it in this, but would have been cool is if, like, when you're doing the true ending playthrough, there's some variance in, like, the puzzles or something to reflect that you are going through with more knowledge, or, like, that there's something different. Other than them just being harder. Just me. Ow! Yeah, I guess I should have expected that. Ow! Fucking... Why? Where are you harder to stun than a stupid... Well, I guess you are a stack of heads. Yoink. Taking care of them now, because I'm going to have to come back through again later anyways. Oh, goody. They're not nearly as terrifying when I can actually permanently kill them now. When I actually had to really plot out pathways and figure out where it was worth going and whatnot, it was genuinely terrifying at the corridors, I believe it's called, which is the Dark Shrine level 2.
学校遠い昔みたい
Seems like ages ago, you say. Interesting. Those books bother me.
給食お昼休み友達
So when I went through here before, there was a lot of notes everywhere from Rinko and everything. Definitely slightly less interesting when there's no more notes to collect because they don't respawn in any capacity. Yeah, see, the door's just open. Why does the door open after I do that? I know it's making things take longer here, but I'm testing something. I'm actually doing a thing. I'm not just wasting time. Yeah. She has new stuff to say every time I do that. That's weird. Maybe that's why the door opens up, because she seems to have new dialogue when you do that. I don't know if it's stuff that we've heard before or not. Kind of the problem of having been playing this game since October. I don't entirely remember all of the dialogue and everything that was spoken. But I do stand by the fact that I'm fairly certain that Hinako has not interacted with probably anyone in this entire game. I'm not even sure about Foxmask, to be honest with you. It kind of depends on what the Dark Shrine is supposed to be. With that, I don't actually know. Oh, hello. See, like how in Silent Hill 2, there were areas you went through that were definitely more in, like definitely more in James' psyche than physically existing. Like when you go into the Toluca prison and whatnot, and you keep jumping down into those holes, and it gets more and more geometrically impossible. That's supposed to be like symbolic of jumping more and more into James' psyche, trying to discover the truth about what he's done and what's happened and everything. So I get the feeling when we're at stages of the Dark Shrine like this is definitely more like symbolic of dealing with something with her friends. I don't know what, because my first playthrough, my thought was that because of all the notes you were getting, making it seem like Rinko absolutely despised her and everything, my first thought was that she wanted to be free of her friends that were hurting her or doing something bad to her. Now I don't really know. I need white. I've also had a lot of time to think on what's been going on in the game. And I'm starting to feel like more and more the Dark Shrine is supposed to be very much dealing with some sort of trauma related to her friends. I'm not sure if it's trauma she caused or trauma that was dealt to her. I have so many healing items, I just have no room to pick anything up anymore.
千鶴屋を手放すんだ。進まなきゃ。先に。
Because of headaches that she's had for a while. It's a known issue that it was like the first or second playthrough that mentioned that she's had constant headaches since she was little. And that's why he was giving her the pills with the white Claudia. Taken in small doses, it probably worked fine. The problem is that we saw very clearly she developed a habit. You know, you can probably take white Claudia in small doses. I mean, it mentioned that it's been an herbal medicine for a while, so taken in small doses, it's probably safe. But like any medicine, you take a whole lot of it and you're going to start tripping balls. Yeah, see, the door's closed. So I'm assuming that's kind of more or less... Also, I don't remember her mentioning that she has to let go. Actually, she's had a lot of dialogue recently that in this version, this part of the Dark Shrine, that I don't recall. Doesn't this summon one of them big dudes? Yep. That hasn't changed. Oh! I just saw there are 2 more enemies in this room, and I actually am going to do this! How do you do the thing? How do you do the thing? How do you do the arm thing? There are 3 enemies in this room. There's one of those screaming tower mushroom things, and then there's 2 of these dudes. I was not risking that going south. Well, it's a good thing that I gathered up all that energy on the way here, because this room would have sucked without having that on it. That would have killed me. Had I not had that on hand, that would have killed me. Okay. And the door's open again. I really hope those guys don't respawn, by the way, because I won't be able to generate enough energy there. Oh, she doesn't want to say anything this time. Fine. Well, I really hope those things don't respawn. I don't know if that's just an oversight in level design, but why do those doors open? It felt intentional. Okay, so I need to find a way back to all of those rooms. And hope that enemies don't respawn. May as well do the hard one first, because I don't know. Okay, they don't. Good. It's kind of holding my breath there on that one. I believe the medallion is... Messing up on those, if you recall, summons enemies. So I'm trying not to do that this time. Why? Oh, that was a good jump scare. There's a lot of those with these, like, jump out enemies that they put random places. They didn't do that nearly as much on the other difficulties. So I'll give them credit, man. It gets me on this one. Also, man, my reflexes handle that like a pro. That was not brain, that was just reflexes. Okay, this one's open. This one's Rinko's room. I really don't remember which doll it is. And for every mistake I make, I get all like 2 enemies spawning. 1 or 2. Dang it. But this one's just memory. So I hope this one isn't I mean, if it is you have to complete without making mistakes to get an achievement thing. See, I thought it was this one. Okay. It's the one next to you when you start, right here? See, I just don't think that's accurate. I think it always requires all 3. Nope. 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 Just not doing it. Nope. Okay, so that's 2 out of 3 medallions. The third one is white, blue, white. Yeah. I remember being the one that was the furthest away from the point with the light. So that's why I went to the one all the way by the door. So I think it just requires you to open to do all 3. I don't think there is a way to do it otherwise. Okay, so I need to do red and green, and then swap to white. Rinko's not very chatty. There is one kind of benefit to having the achievements that tells me I have all the documents in a specific area. I really don't have to take my time going through it. I mean, I'm taking my time right now because I'm looking for anything that might be different. So many. Yeah, that's also my thoughts. How it kind of progresses from normal to the crazy pictures of crossed out Hinako and then the obsessive pictures of Shu. So yeah, I agree. I think it's an intentional thing. The candy store, though, is a little weird because you can find it right away. Like, there's 3 things you can choose in there. I even remember where they are because I've been in there so much. So the candy store, you can skip that one. And this one doesn't have a puzzle. This one just has you grab the thing in the middle, and then as soon as you do, 2 of those baby head things spawn. Which, since this is super hard mode, it's probably just going to have 2 of those and probably a mannequin as well. Also, why is that desk full of flesh? Do you think? Fuck you. Oh, there's a third one. See, now that's actually a pretty good room if it had trapped me. The fact that I can just leave is not a great puzzle, or not a great comment. I suppose it never occurred to me on the other 3 playthroughs that I've been in that room that I could just leave. When I'm stuck there. I'm trying to save some at specific points so I don't so I can potentially go back and find items and such. I'm trying not to save over too many things. Well, I have all 3 medallions. What say you, Rinko? Any last words before you take the molten dip again? There's like no other option I can do. I thought maybe I'd be able to examine them like in Silent Hill 2. Oh well. Here we go.
ぼんやりしてるあんたを私が何度助けてあげたことか。
How about that?
なんでいつもあんたばっかりなのよ。
You don't say. Truly riveting. Bye. I thought there'd be something different on Lost in the Fog, like with the left and the right thing. I don't understand.
彼の気持ち考えたことある？あんたは裏切った。もてあそんで裏切った。
I think I'm
謝れ。
actually understanding what's going on. I think something just clicked.
なんとか言いなさいよ。
They call her a traitor because they feel like I assume she left her friend group when she married to Kodayuki, and it's implied in the previous endings that Shu did have feelings for her, but he didn't know how to really talk about it, and that's why they all hate her, because she hurt them. Right there, I just started to think that, like, I think they feel like she betrayed her rather than, without knowing, like, the circumstances of what's going on, potentially. The whole, like, arranged marriage and everything. For the longest time, I was trying to figure out why everyone kept calling her a traitor, but I think it's probably just that. That they call her that because she probably ended up hurting them and leaving their group. Wait. Isn't there like 4 enemies in here? Okay. I just realized I didn't think I'd been in here to see what the state of this room was at any point. They usually killed the enemies and then left. I don't think I saw how violent the final stage of the room was. I hope she got therapy when she was young. I don't think there's any reason to go to the other two, because we've seen the candy shop, and the schoolroom doesn't really have anything different at all. That doesn't mean that I don't get turned around, though, since I don't entirely know where I am. Hold on. That's Ringo's room. I think that's that's his classroom. I'm trying to figure out what any of that correlates to the candy shop. I thought that was a catechus in the middle. You know, that Hermes staff that's used for medicine. Weird. I didn't look at the map before. A lot of interesting details there. Maybe it is worth checking out. I don't know. I'm gonna go look real fast. Trying to figure out how any of that correlates to the candy store. Teaser to you, I think it's called. Oh no, this is the classroom. I don't know my order. Oh well. I hope none of the enemies are back. Okay, good. I still think it's kind of funny how when you do that, the only thing that changes with any of these dolls is they just plop organs at their feet. It had just occurred to me that maybe that symbol was supposed to be a noose. That's why I thought maybe I should check the ceiling. One thing that's actually been really nice to hear about, by the way, is apparently this game is actually doing pretty dang well. It's won a lot of awards. Like, it didn't win a lot of awards at the Game Awards, but the Game Awards is basically you pay to win for half of those anyways. But a lot of industry awards. Silent Hill F has won quite a few industry awards from a lot of different publications and other organizations. I'm just really happy to see it get the recognition it deserves, especially because it came from a company. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but I have never heard of Neobards. I don't think anyone had ever heard of Neobards outside of just like maybe a small indie studio or something. So what I was curious about is, can I interact with the wrong options now that I have turned everything in? Apparently so. It doesn't cause enemies to spawn now, though. Every time I see this Plinko, or whatever it is, board, I just think of the horse Plinko because of what Heisey had said the first time we came here. So the next area actually will have things for me to find in it, because it should have the hopefully not bugged Sakuko notes that we're missing. As I've played more horror, as I've shown you guys, Win and Pisces and more horror games, I have come to realize that a lot of horror games is scraping along walls looking for items, looking for like something I can pick up. And I just thought that was really funny because I never really paid attention to how horror games present to people who haven't played them before until I start showing them to people who have never really played them. Ow! You should have died! Ow! Word! Smack. Oh, that sucks. Hold on, I can't absorb their souls when they're in here because they die by the blue. said, make sure I kill them in the other rooms. Because I want their souls. I desire their soul energy. I wish it was a zoom button, by the way. There's so many little details I'd love to just look at in a lot of these rooms. Nice, congrats. I don't know why it was so hard for you to find a dungeon group for that. Admittedly, it's actually a weird consequence of games getting much more detailed. I was thinking about this, I don't know, the other day. I was playing something the other day as well. And as the games get a lot more detailed, it gets a lot harder to be able to differentiate what you can pick up and interact with as opposed to what you can't. Because everything looks, high detail. Before it would be, what's the high detail item? It's kind of like an old cartoon, when you watch old Hanna-Barbera cartoons. Like, you would see the object the person's going to interact with, because it's on a different layer, But in older games, it was easy to tell. What can you interact with? What can you pick up? What's important? Not really anymore. That doesn't really apply to, both better animation and newer games. Hey, I think Aaron knew you were there. Ow. Son of a... Uh-oh. Rep. I keep getting stuck on that stupid locker door. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you about that one. Oh! When I saw the video of you getting stuck on the tutorial for 40 minutes, or actually it was almost an hour, I started to realize why they put the yellow paint in video games. And I don't mean that. That sounded really rude. I don't mean it that way. I just say, I've never seen someone struggle with a tutorial, ever. It was impressive. But why? What was it about that tutorial that got you stuck for so long, though? Also, these things have way too much health, man. It was a very interesting perspective to see that when it's just I think that entire military tutorial thing that, at the beginning of Psychonauts, I think it took me 10-15 minutes to get through the whole thing. And it's just I don't know, I didn't think it had just told you right beforehand about looking for things and interacting with your environment and such. It had literally just mentioned it, so it was that was my first idea, was to do that. And then when I saw your video and I heard the struggle, I don't know, man. That was interesting. I wish I could pull up the clip and show it sometime. Sakuko's locker is full of meat. Hineko's. What? Oh, there we go. That was the last note, apparently, because I just got the achievement. Normally hate gym class, but today was different. Something nice happened. Handwriting here is erratic, as if overcome with emotion. Little Miss Perfect tripped and fell today. Looks like even Hineko, the star athlete, can mess up. She scraped her knee and started bleeding. I wish she had fallen flat on her face and ruined that pretty little nose of hers, too. I don't think I like the fact that I can do snark really well in reading that. Gotta notice that halfway through reading it. Oh, goody, it's that guy. So did Hineko's friends just have a problem with her because she was good at things? Weird thing to be upset at someone about. Then again, Mario Kart! I want to charge the power the super modes. I want your soul. No! Why were you? It wasn't even blue light. Why did you melt? Come back! My guy got Thanos snapped. No! I wanted that. Damn it! Isn't there a thing? Yeah, I remember that one. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on me still. Because I remember I got jumped by this person like every single attempt I went through. Still got jumped, by the way. Even though I knew she was there, still got jumped. No, unlock, unlock. Retreat! Retreat! No, I'm going to use the first aid kit. There's plenty of those to come still. And great, now this thing's just fucking on the loose in here because I activated it. That's it. Great. That's exactly what I did. Ah! Dude, this blows! Crap! So I activated that thing, and now it's just chilling out in there. Is it resetting? I think it's resetting. Nope. Nope, it's just wandering around. That's great. Yep. Can I hit you through the wall? Maybe? Oh, that sucks. Huh. Not too bad. Oh, the person came right there. That still sucked. That took numerous items to be able to deal with that. Activating an enemy and then retreating back through the thing was not a smart idea. I think it just unleashed the weird thing. Goody. I'm so glad it's free. Oh, come on. I don't even have to deal with you. First of all, my energy's free. Or full. Second of all, I can just go... Wait. Did I even want to do that? I don't know what that did. All that did was open this thing and give me that, I guess, which is fine, I guess. I know those things are technically really good, the Higashis. But I want to try and get some points saved up in case I do need it later. So the only reason to open that thing is to grab that shriveled fish thingy. I wonder if it's safe to go through there. He thinks there's an enemy in there. Well, at least the enemies. I don't have to worry about that. And I think I found the only missing note. To be honest, where that was and how it was at, that might not even have been one of the bugged notes. That might, because it's not that they never show up; it's that they might not show up. So that might have just been one that I just straight up missed, because I could see that one being missed. That's why I checked that paper, is because it looked out of the way like I would have missed it. Oh, wait, yeah. I'm getting confused on the puzzles at the very beginning of the first playthrough. Not the beginning of the game, the first playthrough. just sounds horrible coming from a few rooms away. Stu! Sorry, I forgot to unmute on that one. I'm starting to think I was right. It's her group of friends feeling abandoned because she, I guess, moved on or went somewhere else. And this is kind of her trying to, I guess, let go. I would assume her trying to let go of that guilt of moving forward. What's that? I thought there was one of those big dudes here.
ウサギサクコが好きだった
You know, before I do that, let's check the rabbit man.
ウサギしか友達いないんでしょ
Looks like the rabbit exploded. Yep, rabbit exploded. As you do. I feel like it's pest. I swear I remember there being one of those big guys here. Ah, there we are. There he is. Ow! Ow, fucker! Deep blue lamp. A weird sound. You know, for playing through on the hardest difficulty when I'm supposed to be frugal and smart, I still play dumb as shit. Hey! Was I even looking? Did that dude even exist before that moment? I did not see shit there. I am not 100% sure that guy didn't spawn out of it. Ow. What am I backed up against? Oh my god, holy shit! That dude is determined! How do you have so much health? I've hit you with 2 big arms! Holy crap! I don't think I want to use the healing item right now. Not yet. I swear that guy spawned out of the ether. I was looking around in here, trying to see if there was any items or anything. And then suddenly just big ass dude. You know, I think I said it last time, but I think this game's at its strongest and it's at its best at Lost in the Fog. I genuinely think this is like the best version of the game. The enemies pose a threat. Everything is tense. I'm actually managing items and paying attention really well to what I'm doing. Also, I keep getting jump scared and they don't feel cheap because it's usually my fault for not noticing a dude standing there. I genuinely think this is the best version of the game. It's also hard. But it doesn't feel unfairly hard. I was worried this was going to suck. I genuinely thought this mode was going to suck. I was dreading this playthrough, but no, I'm actually having a blast. This mode actually makes the combat shine. This difficulty level. I was wondering, are these in the correct locations for the puzzle that I solved at the beginning? Hello. Goodbye. I haven't really used any toolkits for anything. That was a noise. Okay, so we're coming up to another puzzle now, like an actual puzzle. Did we ever figure out what all this writing on the wall says, by the way? Because I'm pretty sure it's the same phrase over and over again. If I had to guess, it probably says traitor. That's just me hazarding a guess, though.
来てくれたの。怖いよ。早く出して。
Two must face each other while one. Two must face each other as one to pray for mutual prosperity. Those who do shall lift their heads to level height as if they were reflections in a mirror, as custom dictates. With the shading of light shall you condemn the past to the dark. That probably makes the least amount of sense out of all of those that I've done. Two must face each other as one to pray for mutual prosperity. Those who do lift their head height as if they're reflections in a mirror. When the shading of light, with the shading of light, shall you condemn the past the dark. I mean, isn't it just like the same? Just get the pages to the same level, which is. I have never done this puzzle following the clue, by the way. Oh, so it's an ad break. Be right back. I think ads are done. Sure.
ひなこ、助けて。ねえ。
pattern in which these moves are very... Oh, it's really high. I think I'm slow. Oh, I don't want that one. I only wanted that one. Ow. I keep hearing noises behind me. Oh, what? Wait, hold on. I solved it? Wait. That wasn't even what I was going for. I had to let the cat in. She was getting ready to tear a hole in my door. I don't even know how I solved it. I don't even know what the solution was. I was trying to line them all up like you do on the other difficulties. I legitimately don't even know what the solution was. I had a plan, and I didn't execute it properly. But I did the wrong equation and still got the right answer. Hell, stop pushing buttons! That's the second time you bumped the controller and made me attack. Can I help you? See, that puzzle I actually task failed successfully. Kinda. That puzzle I genuinely do not know how to solve it at any point. I solved all of them by just moving stuff around until something happened. I would not say that is a well-designed puzzle. If I can solve the puzzle on every difficulty, including the hardest one, and I don't know how I solved it on any difficulty, I think that's probably the sign of a not great puzzle. Restraining and Talon. Restrain. See, I still feel bad about doing this, though, even though I know it's, like, not actually them. I think. Because there are Silent Hill games where the other world is real. It's not, like, it's not allegorical or symbolic. There are other worlds that are like actual hellscapes where things are happening. And there are ones that are more symbolic, and I'm pretty sure this one's more symbolic. Like I said, I've pretty much kind of figured out that it's symbolic of leaving her friends behind and how they did not appreciate that, apparently. I don't know the context of it, but something happened. Can I help you, Toast? God. That's a really good voice actor, Sakuga's. I don't think I would be able to make myself sound that absolutely terrified out of my mind, even if I tried. I'm just looking around, seeing if I missed anything. Toast, you just have to be in the way, don't you, little one? Don't bump the controller. The saboteur cat is here. But at least I don't think there's any more enemies, so she can't sabotage anything because there's nothing here to kill me. Well, that tells us there's no more murder. At least not in this area. Came too late for the murder, Toast. Came too late. I was like, dang, I'll get you next time. Find you at a good spot and then jump right in front of your face again. Okay, so I should be good here. I don't think there's anything else I can really even find here. Wait, there's that back room that only opened when you finish this. Which I think there's an enemy in here? Nope. So I think this is where an Ema was. Oh, I have one of those. These things. Apparently I left something alive. Ah. The baby head thing. Yeesh. I've seen better days. All available Omamori have been drawn. I still stand by the fact that those would be fun to have, just buy one and hang it on like a backpack or something. The Omamori. Surprising they didn't actually do anything like that. The only things they've done in terms of merch has just been shirts and like mugs for some reason. I'd buy fancier stuff. Maybe they don't want to commoditize like religious things though, which Omamori might be. So maybe there's a reason. There's a few of them that are empty. Return what is lost.
これを買ってもらうために漢字テストを頑張ったんだ。覚えてるか？
Ah, crap. Got that, baby monster thing coming up. Well, at least I got full energy. Everyone's favorite theme.
お前の本当の選択を知りたい。
Carry not any memory of what has come to pass beyond this point. Lay all bare upon the pedestal first. The door shall not open for those who harbor regrets in their hearts. Oh goody, the scarecrows are back. My favorite. Right, Toast? Let me show that candle who's boss. Let me cross. No! What do I get for being dumb? The curse of dumb has struck again. I wonder if I should follow that. Well, it went well on one playthrough and it went badly on another. 50-50? 50-50. Yeah, that sucks. Yup. I don't know what I expected, but it really wasn't that, to be honest. That noise. Hey, buddy. Ow. Ow, fucker. It's so fast. Well, I thought I timed that right. Oh god! Ow, 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 ow. Man, those guys put up a hell of a fight. Especially in close corridors, those things are really dangerous. Luckily, it's a medicine shop, I suppose. Yeah, when you can't outmaneuver those things and you basically have to fight them one-on-one, those things put up a hell of a fight. Drawing of a young Shimizu Hinako. Even if it was drawn by an elementary school student, it's still too bad. This is definitely drawn on purpose. There are all kinds of curse words written on it, such as stupid, disgusting, etc. Why is that a prized possession? I still don't understand that. But he was like good friends, infatuated with her. Writes mean things on their photo. What a friend. What a nice fellow. Seems so pleasant. Pretty sure there was a mannequin run. Yeah. Thought it might have been in the ceiling. Ah! No! No, I have no way to get any distance! Ow, fuck you! I really need to get better at using that powerful form. I really do not use it enough. It would help a lot. I'm actually starting to run a little low on healing items because I'm not playing super well. Also because the enemies here in this here Dark Shrine tend to be a lot more aggressive than the ones outside. I could definitely use some sanity. Give me back my sanity. I wish the sanity, I think I've said it a few times, I wish the sanity in this game had, like, a tangible effect. Now, you guys don't know what I'm talking about because neither of you have seen the game, but there's this game called Eternal Darkness, where the lower your sanity got, the game would start to mess with you and change things in the environment and other things in the game in general to make you kind of question what is real. So the sanity effects actually affected what the player was seeing and doing as well. It was a really cool system. I mean, it, obviously kind of wore thin as the game went on because after a while you've seen all the sanity effects and you would start to see repeats and you would start to see, like, other things in general that kind of gave it away a bit. But it was still a really cool system, and had they iterated upon it more in sequels or something, it could have been really cool to see what they could have done with it. There was supposed to be a sequel, but it never happened. They tried to do a spiritual successor sequel thing, and there was a whole big kerfuffle with the person who, I guess, was the head of the project, and it just didn't go well, from what I've heard. Oh, Daddy! Flesh nodules! I sure loves me a flesh nodule. I never noticed the little baby arms hanging off it, too. Notice a lot of these creatures don't have faces. I just love that it has to zoom in just to make sure that I saw it do that. Jerk. I was not dealing with that thing. I just turned and beefed that thing right in the face instantly. I didn't even know it was there. I was not paying attention. Yeah, I did not want to deal with that thing. I wanted to kill it as fast as I feasibly could. I'm not sure if these. Well, I hope they won't hatch now that the birthing thingy is dead. I want to risk it, so I'm just going to kill them. Yeah, I was saving the energy up for that fight, the arm thing, because I did not want to deal with it. Ray gun. It has been used so many times that the paint is peeling off everywhere. Seems to have been bought for him at the festival. It's written at the festival? It is written in ballpoint pen. Hide it. Hinako's going to steal it. He's not wrong. I did steal it. But I'm stealing it to give it back to him. Even though he's, like, currently in the next room hanging by a metal noose thing around his neck, so I don't think he has a lot of use for it. See, a ray gun would have been... Actually, to be fair, any ranged weapon would have been really cool in this game. I get what they're going for, and I do like it, but yeah, it would have been nice to have at least one ranged weapon, maybe. I think this is the only Silent Hill game that is entirely melee. I won't say it suffers for it, because they clearly put a lot of thought into the combat system in it, which didn't resonate well with a lot of people at first. I think it's pretty good. They designed the entire game around the idea of not ever having ranged weapons. And if you start at the very beginning and you do that, I don't know. I don't think it was a negative. If they have I like the fact that it feels like they had a fairly clear vision in mind when making the game. Like, there's a lot of games I've played that are story heavy that feel like they didn't really know what they were doing. They just knew they wanted to make something scary, or they wanted to make an action game. But they didn't really know anything beyond that. And you can definitely tell when playing some games. But in this one, it feels like they had a fairly clear vision in mind what they wanted to do. Whether or not that resonated with everyone, that's... Welcome back. That's another thing. But I like this game a lot. This is definitely like one of my favorite Silent Hill games, and I know that's not going to be a popular opinion. A lot of hardcore, quote-unquote, hardcore Silent Hill fans do not like F. But I like it a lot. I think the story's really good. I think the gameplay's good. I like Ebi Sagaoka. I like the idea of having these, like, cerebral, I don't know if that's the right word, but these journeys in other areas. Now, I do want them to still go back to the town in Maine. I don't want it to be just like a globe-trotting franchise, but I'm not opposed to them doing games every now and then in other areas as well. I think they can do both. Also, the Brainiac Hero comic. The inside page was full of drawings. Hinako was drawn at the bad guys that the protagonist had defeated. Moreover, in order to make the method of death even more bizarre than the manga's presentation, they stubbornly added a lot of scattered blood and guts. I think it's a robot. Oh, something's coming. Hello. Ah, crap. And I wish I could get some energy from them. But unfortunately, I don't. This whole room is a blue lamp, or a little whisk room. I like this thing in the middle, whatever the heck it is. This whole room, despite this room being gross because of all the fleshiness, the weird baby thing in the middle, this whole room is actually really cool. I like the design of this room a lot. Actually, I like a lot of the Dark Shrine in general. It feels like there's a lot of really cool areas in it. Heard a lot of things shifting around. Well, yeah, in the time that you were gone, the only thing that you missed was I killed the baby thing real fast. Because I just used the super form and took it out real quick. The mighty Hawk's Fog. Oh, I thought I would at least have to figure out where they go. Can I take it? Considering his love of sci-fi, yeah, I could see that. An old vintage, well, maybe not vintage at the time, but an old ray gun. I was seeing something over here with some weird shading, and I thought maybe it was an item I could pick up. I want to know his reasoning for having one of his prized possessions being a photo of her Or not a photo, but a drawing of her with a bunch of insults on it. Maybe I'm just too dense to figure it out. Hi, Toast. Oh, I guess I don't get to examine the third one. Possible, yeah. Because Shu never seemed like he had any issues with her, but Sakuko and Ringo definitely did at some points. You never see Shu say anything, in his documents or anything. He never insults her or says anything directly, so yeah. It definitely could be the influence of the other two around him. I think what's one thing that's interesting about Silent Hill games when you're going through is you have to try and pick apart what is symbolic and what is actually happening in the story. Oh, why, cat? Oh, hey, he's back.
幼い頃からの友人に別れを告げるのは辛いだろう。
はい。
Typically when you bid farewell to childhood friends, you don't murder them.
いえ、するべきでした。もっと早くこんな姿をお見せして申し訳ありません。
謝らなくていい。むしろその痛みを強いた私の方が謝らねばならない。行こう。
I was trying to remember where I was at. I forgot I was at the school.
Shu? Rinko?
Sunlight lightsaber. I don't think there's any reason to go back through. School, I think I've checked everything a few times over. And the Kudzu's gone. Well, kind of. Well, no, it's not. I was gonna say maybe I can check other areas that the Kudzu was blocking, but nope. Does it hurt durability? No. I never found that other radio. There was a radio that was playing beginning of the school that I couldn't find where it was at. Could have just been bugged. Or the radio sound could be just trying to draw you into that room with the mannequins, and then you see that thing on the board where it shows how a bunch of people died or could die. I know that's that there was this thing a couple of playthroughs ago where you learned about the Foxes game or something.
週
Or the fox's prey.
お前の家で合流なんだよな。戦える数じゃない。
I can take it. I have a lightsaber. The themes that I'm getting from this game, other than feminism and such, is like past self versus present self. Because I feel like
あいつ私
the
を追ってる。
I forgot what it's called.
二人も
The fog monster, what it ends
あ
up
いつ
being.
から逃げたのかも。
I think that represents more of her self. It's more of a conflict of inner, like an inner turmoil kind of thing. What she wants to be versus what she's becoming. This Shiramuku. In a very depressing thought I just had, maybe that's why the future or the current self is very adamant on being destroyed. Because remember, when you find the other version of herself in her house, that one wants to be destroyed.
私を置いてったんだ。だよな。
It was very desperate to be destroyed. I think I'm at the stage with the game where I'm trying to piece together the themes that are what's going on and everything. And try to figure out how much of it is actually happening to Hinako and how much of it is symbolic. That part I don't know at all. But I do feel like there's a theme of an inner turmoil versus what they want and versus what they're becoming. Maybe difficulty of letting go of things as well. That sounds like a stabbing situation here. Something's in desperate need of a stabbing. Yeah, now that I actually think about it, I lost a lot of healing items in that Dark Train. Do I have a comb? Oh, I thought I had a comb. I could put a kudzu in and open up a space, then I can grab the comb. Because having those... I know the kudzu and the first aid kits are supposed to be like, they're really good items, so that's why they take up a whole slot. But man, they still... The fact that they don't stack makes them really hard to carry with, you know? They only really save me from one mistake, like one hit. Whereas, like, a stack of these, or like a stack of the Divine Water, or these can heal me for quite a lot, actually. I actually feel like the full heal items are not that useful on harder difficulties. Because I'm gonna need to use a healing item. I'm gonna need to use a healing item regardless whether or not it's a full heal or a half heal, you know? I don't know if that made any sense, but the point is that I don't feel like full heals help that much when everything is going to be hitting you for the same amount regardless. Oh no! Totally jump scared me. I didn't remember you were there because that's like probably the only super incredibly obvious jump scare in the game is that one. Like, there's a lot of times where you'll find the that one would have actually gotten me. Had I not paused to look at my menu, that one would have definitely gotten me. That just looks like part of the environment. I really like, I don't know why, but gameplay-wise, I really like the idea of a weapon you can temporarily boost the power of.
シュウなら山にも詳しいのに。
It's kind of hard to explain, but I really like the lightsaber. I mean, I like the lightsaber gameplay-wise. Design-wise, I like the one from 3 more. But gameplay-wise, there's... So you can see him. Okay. But gameplay-wise, I like this one a lot more, how you can kind of power it up to increase its strength for a bit. But it's at the cost of sanity. Not a huge amount, though. Now that I'm looking at it, it's really not that bad. Also, don't let me forget, when we get to the area with the Aglophatus, that red medicine, I actually have to get it, because for the ending, you have to for the ending we're going for, the sword must be, unfortunately, neutered. I think the axe is stronger, but, like, less durable. I'm not really having a weapon durability problem, so I may as well take it. Oh, Ryukashi, the writer who made Higurashi and all these other things, he said that because the names in the game, I guess, are all from his stories, like Rinko and Hinako and the rest of them. I guess I was reading somewhere that they're actually in Higurashi and other stories he's done. So in a way, it's like he's retelling the different stories with the same characters in a way. Now, obviously, they're not the same characters; they just share the same name. But somebody was saying that he really liked the names a lot, and that's why he keeps using the names. That's a real bit of a problem. That's a real bit of a problem. That's a real bit of a problem. Uh-oh. See, a twofer? That's actually really good if you can get a twofer, because I think it does the durability of one hit. Also, I'm noticing that I don't believe it, I don't think the lightsaber can hit trees and other objects around it. So it was clipping through that one. I really wish I could hit this thing. So normally 1 enemy spawns there, not 4. I basically spent a bandage to get a bandage, which is a little... Ow! Cute shoes! Cute shoes! Where? You get an axe type hit. Or not. I'm not actually sure if that landed. That is a long wind-up. Damage must be high for that long of a wind-up. Pulls out a knife. Dead. Oh, I keep going to these different areas thinking I'm going to find... I don't know. Hold on, let me pull the laptop closer. I can't read the message. This enemy be representation of the fox mask as a kid when they met? The little, those things that puke on you, I feel like those are supposed to be representatives of families. It's a bunch of heads combined. So in my head, I was always thinking that it was supposed to be like, you know, women are supposed to start families and things like that, and how there's like a, you know, an emphasis and almost a forcing of that on her. But I don't know. I haven't gotten a good look at the hopscotch one. Oh yeah, you could be right, actually, yeah. Because the one in the Dark Shrine, you mean? Yeah. That one I could see being more representative of that. I've always wondered if Kodayuki has a representation other than, whatever this guy was called. I don't remember what his name was. It could be also, yeah. Because there's quite a few. Like we have seen. What was it called? There was something that mentioned that like this isn't the first time that Inari has kidnapped someone and such. Um, it would definitely be a document that I have, but we have seen that before. We have seen information on different abductions and such from Inari. In fact, it would wouldn't it be? I almost feel like it would be worth going through a lot of these documents. I don't remember getting this note. Or this one, actually. This one's written from the point of view of Kodayuki. There's a lot of make her do something in this, which is a little weird. Who were these love letters from or to? These are the love letters that Hinako was hiding in her room when you get to her house. There's a lot of letters I've forgotten about. So these are the letters from Kodayuki's mom to him. Huh. It's weird because I'm looking through all this and it's like a lot of these kind of make pieces come together a little bit, you know? And then the letters and hmm, I think I was right about what I was saying. Also, the whole her death thing is definitely figurative, obviously. Death of the self kind of thing. Or death of the ego, I should say. I am very curious. I forgot what I was looking for, but now I'm looking through all the documents, and it's like, I forgot a lot of the documents that I found that really piece things together the further along you go. Also, I can't help but think of, like, that last thing I just read about the tumors and the hallucinations and everything. Also, Hineko has been known to have headaches ever since she was a kid, and that's actually why she started getting the White Claudia in the first place. Oh, bridge sucks. Pain bridge. Pain bridge. These red ones have a lot more durability, and they're really hard to stagger. What I was trying to find is that there was a thing where it mentions about Fox, Inari's abductions of other girls and women and whatnot. And when you're in the Dark Shrine, you see the names of the other girls that are missing. I don't necessarily think Kodayuki is acting entirely on his own volition. I think there is something going on with Inari. At least in terms of how we see him in the Dark Shrine. I'm not saying he's not responsible for his actions, because as you can see, though, hold on, I gotta pay attention before I die. That thing where it says Kodayuki got attacked by the fox and then he like spiked a fever and had a medical emergency and everything. It mentions, I believe it mentions that to possess someone, the person has to die first. So it is actually possible that Kodayuki died and got possessed by the fox. These things are so, their reach is so long. Screw you. Also, ow. I like how I can cure stabbing with candy. Oh no, I've been stabbed. Let me eat some candy. Everything is good. Oh look, more blood. Might be right about that design. I don't know. Well, that's a lot. That's a lot of area killing. I think most of the enemies we've already figured out what they represent. Because like the big guy with the knife, it's her dad. The dolls are representative of Hinako herself, how people view her and view women. I don't want to break the sword. I wonder what happens if I did break the sword. I'd rather not find out there. Oh, I forgot I had this. Whack. Which enemy has pants? The big guy with the knife? Or the puking guy? Okay. I did not notice it had pants. A lot of the enemies have different variants also, I've noticed. They'll, like how you have the dolls that are like pristine and clean, and you have the dolls that are covered in the plants and the fungus and everything. I actually do like the fact that they have different variants. I think they're pretty cool. Except for the fact that the red variant of the doll tends to kind of suck because it hurts real bad. And then you have the really aggressive ones in the Dark Shrine. This area always trips me up a little bit. lot of little different ways you can go. Okay, so I think it was grabbing the key from that one shack is what starts the whole chase scene by the Sherman. Nope, bad news. Oh, that was a bad hit. I think it might depend on what direction you're hit by, how high the damage is. Oh my. Pizza, tactical chocolate bar. Tactical chocolate! Stab! Yeah. Changing weapons on the fly to change my swing radius and my damage output. Because like right there was too many walls to hit, so that's why I swapped to the bat so that I could do that. You can actually get kind of tactical with the combat in this by swapping weapons on the fly quickly. You know how there's a lot of different enemies that represent a lot of different things, and we figured out a good majority of what they represent and such. I'm a little worried about what that Groper dude represents, though. The guy who likes to grab you and lick you and stuff. That I'm a little concerned about. I think he's actually called Groper, if I could call him that. I saw people calling him that online. I got turned around where I was going. Yeah, I should open this. Oh, hello. Hello. Oh, yeah. Sword. Wait, sword. Stab. Ow. Best strategy? No. Viable strategy? Kinda. I will say, in some areas, it definitely turns into an action game. You really have to, like, get proper zoning and pace yourself so you don't end up getting killed. Okay, so I think I checked. Yeah, I think I've checked everywhere. So I think I just need to go to the area over here, trigger the thing, and then go back and get the key. Then I have to do the running from the Shira menu. It's not cute. Oh, sorry, I don't like it. There were people. These would be really scenic, nice little areas if it wasn't for the death fog and everything everywhere. I suppose I could use one. Actually, I have nothing to use it on, so never mind. What is squelching? When I get to these areas with a lot of space I can move around in, makes me wonder if I'm missing anything important. I saw something, but perhaps not. And now I'm a little lost. Why are you solid compared to the others? Let's test something. Nope. Uh-oh. I think you're mostly just gonna miss me fighting ads. Mama. You're in ads and I'm fighting ads. Yep. Welcome back. That's fine, Piscean. I was trying to figure out what this is. Three different places being described. Nightmarish swamps, rotting trees that look like bones. The echoes of screams. This must be hell. And sparkling lakes, fragrant flowers, and melodic chirps of birds singing. This must be paradise. Knew you were going to go. I haven't seen any of the fake ones that have the red growths on them. But you're just taking time. Not work to your advantage there. chocolate. I need to remember because I definitely want to get this ready because I think I get chased after this. I think the bandage and the red candy thing, I think they heal for the same amount. I think the bandage is supposed to be used out of combat, the red thing used in combat, the Yoken or whatever. So it's a quick heal. I think the crowbar is stronger than the bat. Oh yeah, that gets me every time. Do you blame me though? Let's get this started. Hello. Ah, leave me alone. Crap. Ow, that hurts. But I hope I have enough health. Not immediate. I don't know if I was supposed to. I don't know if that was smart. Oh! That was actually kind of sick. Not that way. I missed something there on the block. I was wrong. I did see it. Oh, I'm not being chased right now. That's just great. Game thought it was being slick. Oh, no, wait. I never looked at the art for that. Ooh. The butchered bodies. I just realized I think I can go that way. Uh-oh. That was weird. So, the Shiramuku definitely moved a lot faster. Also, I think I saw a second path I can take. I think I have to take it, considering that it seems like waiting for those guys to finish doing their scream was not the smartest thing. Yes, I think that's where you're supposed to go. Maybe. Problem is, I don't know where I'm going now, because I've never taken the test. Okay, so I think that's actually the correct way to go. You know, every single playthrough, I sat there and waited for those two to finish screaming. I didn't notice that second path there. You ever notice how the Shiramuku and everything is just gone when I reset one? Probably didn't cheat the pill that I picked up on accident. Yes, That sucks. Run! Run! I don't know how close it is behind me, but it sure sounds close. I don't think I have a choice back here. Scamper! I think that's one of the last chase scenes in the game. I don't think you have too many more after that. I remember that one because I had to redo that one a good amount. That one you basically have to memorize a pretty distinct path or you're just going to die.
これで終わりだよね。さっきのあれ全部消えた？
That's a good question. Just seeing if there's any items. It's not like I'm swimming in health items right now. And yeah, it's probably going to be a shorter stream tonight anyways, because I did start late. Because of that stupid raid dragging on forever and amounting to nothing, because we didn't even get the boss down. Probably just get to... Where am I? Go to Shu's house. So I'm very close to Shu's house, yeah. Probably just get to Shu's house and then call it there. I think this leads up to the tree?
この神社、昨今地の古い神社か。昔は栄えてたみたい。火事があってからは人が寄りつかなくなっちゃったって聞いた。
Well, I do come back here later, so I suppose I don't need to find a way to cram into my inventory just yet. The next stream should be the last one, because I'll just have Shu's and Hinako's. Now that once you know what to do, it's like the school, where it goes pretty fast. So I should be able to finish it at the next one, especially if I start at a better time, which I should be able to. I return the sword to you. Should be able to see the finale to the story in this game. And then figure out how to get all the platinum stuff. Because there's like 6 or 7 trophies that I'm missing. One of them is actually finding an Omamori out in the world. I haven't found all the hidden Omamoris, apparently. Don't know where that could be. Like, the Emas have very set locations that are usually related to Inari, I've noticed, but the Omamoris, no, I don't know where those could be. Especially because, again, I thought I was being fairly thorough in the game. But with how detailed the game is and how much clutter there is everywhere, it's very hard to lose track of where I'm going at times and what I've checked. My age-old nemesis. Door. I was looking at the Jesus statue there, because that's the one that's one of those I had to put an object at to be able to advance the sword storyline, I believe.
こに繋がってたんだ。
That's what I don't understand. She acts like she hasn't been to their house. Was she not friends with them? Don't I need a key?
閉まってる。裏はシュウ、相棒、私だ。
Pretty flowers. And by no means possibly the entire impetus for everything that's been going on with her. There's so many pills in here. I can't help but feel like something happened to Shu based on this, you know? Does that make sense?
私も相棒に頼らずに自分だけで頑張るよ。
It just felt very much like a letting someone go moment, if that makes sense.
シュウ、とりあえず家の中で二人を待つか。
I was curious about that. So when you put the pillbox down, the pills vanish. When, I don't know if you're still here or not, but do you remember a while ago you said that, like, the pills possibly just represent a manifestation of addiction for her? Yeah, putting the box down and everything makes them vanish. And I know that could just be because I have no place to put them anymore, but I still could have just put them in my pocket. I feel like that might actually be more of a thing than just being a gameplay thing. Because I checked the room. I remember I went in there and I wanted to look around, and the room was filled with pills I could pick up, but then after I put the thing down, they're all gone. I like that detail. Even if it is just a gameplay thing, I do like that detail nonetheless. And I never noticed it before, but I think you've asked me about it before. If you could find pills after you put the box down. I mean, heck, the pills that were in the room vanished. That's pretty solidly no, you cannot.
Shu, Rinko?
I'm still gonna get those. Oh no, that's at Hinako's house where you get the weird phone call about the fish market, which I think is just related to her dad.
Shoo!
Fog monster got me. So, like I said, I'm going to call it there once I save. But I believe, like I said, I should be able to finish it in the next stream, which I'd like to do in the next day or so, if possible. If you guys are available. Because I should be able to. Because all that's left is Two Dark Shrine and Hinako's house. And the Two Dark Shrine counting this one. And this one is extremely short. Because
いいえ、
you don't have to go through the...
私は恐れません。
This one's weird, because, like, I think Fox Mask was here the first time, you know? Game is giving horror movies the grudge. I mean, yeah, with Japanese influences, I could see that. Also, welcome in.
姿が見えなくとも。
But when... Do you remember, in the first time through,
一緒にいるのを感じます。
I believe Fox Mask was here with me. I feel like he was. And I think that right there confirms that she's never been talking to anyone. That in the Dark Shrine or in Ebisagaoka,
あなたにふさわしくなるように。
she's been talking to no one the entire time. Okay, so unfortunately, Dip, you came out at a bad time, though, because I am wrapping up the stream in just a moment. But if you'd like to see the remainder of the game, because this is about 2/3 of the way through it, I am going to be streaming it again the next day or so to finish and actually get the true ending. Because this is a on the hardest mode difficulty,
迷っていたんだ。
and this is my final run because I have been playing this off and on for the last 3 months.
迷いはない。
So this is on Lost in the Fog difficulty. But yeah, toss me a follow if you want to see the true ending to the game, and see what lies there. But yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for coming to hang out and check out the stream with me. Hopefully I will be able to finish it up next time to get the true ending to the game and see what happens. So yeah, thank you very much for coming to hang out. I'm sorry it started really late today. The raid earlier went long. Happy New Year to you as well. Happy New Year, and I hope things have started off to a good pace and a good way. But yeah, thank you very much, and I will see you guys in a day or so. Goodbye.